Erling Haaland, the things you won't believe about him. Erling Haaland has captivated the football world with his goal-scoring records to stunning defenders that come his way. Erling Haaland has taken the football world by storm, but there's so much more to this goal machine that meets the eye. In this video, we'll learn startling facts about Haaland's ascent, untold tales, and fascinating mysteries that will astound you. Did you know that Haaland was making history in an entirely distinct way prior to becoming a renowned football player? Tune in to learn more about the incredible journey that molded this powerful force. You'll never believe how a bizarre world record drove Haaland to become one of the most lethal strikers currently playing. Erling Haaland, a player known for his spectacular pace and clinical finishing, was not always destined to be a football icon. In fact, at the tender age of just 5 years, Haaland shattered a record that had absolutely nothing to do with football. And as bizarre as it may sound, this unusual incident was just the start of his rise to fame in football. What makes Haaland's improbable accomplishments significant, though? No matter the route he took, it demonstrates that he was destined for greatness. His ability to succeed in the most unexpected ways is what sets him apart from every other footballer in the world. Prior to Haaland's swift rise into the football world, he grabbed news for an extremely bizarre reason unconnected to football itself. This young man, whom we now recognize for his high ambitions, was shattering records in ways nobody could have imagined. Even though he was always going to be different, what happened next would alter his life eternally. You're going to hear a tale that not many people know, but once you do, you'll never see Haaland in the same light. Imagine yourself as a young child, believing yourself to be unbeatable, only to encounter a challenge so great that it causes you to doubt everything. Haaland had a moment of uncertainty that nearly brought his aspirations to an end, but instead of giving up, he gained strength from it. What he did next would shock everyone, proving that even in the darkest moments, greatness is forged. Haaland broke the record for the longest standing long jump for a child when he was just 5 years old. Yes, it is true. Haaland was shattering athletic records before he was shattering nets. Even as a kindergartner, he made an incredible leap of 1.63 meters, or more than 5 feet. This extraordinary athletic prowess wasn't a fluke. Rather, it was a sign of things that were to follow. It is understandable how someone with such explosive strength was able to focus it all and develop into one of the best strikers in the world. He stood out from a young age due to his natural athleticism, which laid the groundwork for his being the dominant force of today. Even back then, Haaland was displaying the kind of physical attributes that most football players strive to attain throughout their careers. At a time when most kids play with toys, Haaland was competing with nature. At such a young age, his jump gave a glimpse of the superhuman athleticism we now witness in every sprint, header, and relentless run towards a goal. With strength and accuracy that appeared almost inhuman for a child, he had an aura of having been destined for greatness from the beginning. Simply put, what we see on the football field nowadays is the development of that incredible force that had been perfected, is now unstoppable, and destined for dominance, as well as greatness. But Haaland's development as a player went beyond his physical attributes. Haaland was raised in an environment that valued athletic achievement. His mother was a national heptathlon champion, and his father was a former football player. However, he was additionally molded by obstacles, difficulties, and even certain failures that forced him to improve and grow stronger. His early injuries pushed him to face challenges head-on and taught him resilience. His natural skill and unwavering work ethic combined to make him one of the world's most dangerous strikers. Haaland was not always the rising star that he is now. He was told at a young age that he wasn't good enough for his local football team, which caused him to experience rejection. Is that something you could envision? Not good enough, Erling Haaland? However, this event served as fuel for his fire rather than making him give up. After a few years, he was surpassing everyone around him because of his increased training and perseverance. When Haaland reached his teenage years, he had become a prolific goalscorer who was making waves at Molde and later Red Bull Salzburg. However, it was his hat trick just 23 minutes into his first game at Borussia Dortmund that stunned the football world, and it continued after that. He broke records established by greats like Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo to become the fastest player in the Champions League to reach 20 goals. A problem for defenders, he blended lightning-fast pace, excellent positioning, and clinical finishing. His exciting performances left fans wanting more, and his name soon became linked to the record for most goals scored. Haaland was not just playing the game, he was redefining it. Erling Haaland became one of the most devastating strikers in world football while he was an attacker for Borussia Dortmund. Haaland laid the groundwork for an amazing journey with the team. With an incredible 86 goals in 89 games in all competitions, he rapidly established himself as Dortmund's main offensive weapon. His incredible efforts in the Champions League cemented his status as one of Europe's best players. Haaland's contributions were crucial in Dortmund's 2021 DFB Pokal victory, and the biggest clubs in Europe were drawn to him because of his reputation as one of the game's best young talents and his ability to perform in crucial situations. This is where things start to go crazy. Haaland's dominance in the football world isn't the consequence of hype or luck. Rather, it's the outcome of unwavering commitment, extraordinary physical prowess, and a mentality that sets him apart from other players. Haaland is singularly focused on becoming the best, whether it is through his pre-game rituals or his crazy training routines. His physicality in the field is matched by his intense desire for achievement, and his records? Just the tip of the iceberg. He is renowned for meticulously researching his opponents behind the scenes in order to improve every facet of his technique. For Haaland, every game presents a chance to push boundaries and establish new benchmarks. It makes sense that he has already drawn comparisons to the greatest football icons. Currently, Erling Haaland has become one of the most dominant forwards in Premier League history at Manchester City, taking his game to new heights. Haaland broke all previous records in his first season, 2022 to 2023, becoming the fastest player to score 30 goals in a Premier League season, and with an incredible 36 goals in the end, surpassing the record for the most goals in a single season. His brilliant finishing skills enabled the Blues to win the FA Cup, the Premier League crown, and their first ever UEFA Champions League trophy, creating a historic treble. Haaland's individual achievements included being named UEFA Men's Player of the Year, PFA Player of the Year, and the Premier League Golden Boot has cemented his status as a premier striker. Haaland is rewriting the history books as he went from breaking records as a 5-year-old jumper to shattering every football record in his path. And he's just getting warmed up. His objectives are bigger than any player who has ever dared to dream. Will he end up being the all-time great football player? Time will tell. Erling Haaland is a phenomenon, not merely a football player. The most amazing thing about this contemporary Giants narrative is that there is still so much more to come. But if you want to uncover more incredible football stories, check out this next video. Don't miss it!